Hello everyone, this is Karmanay Gupta, Asterix Code, and I'm welcoming you on the video solution of problem B, the game on ranges of Codeforces round 763 div 2. Okay, so I just got the solution of this video, and this is a quite interesting question. Okay, I'll first read the problem. Alice and Bob play the following game. Alice has a set S of disjoint ranges of integers, initially containing only one range, 1 to n. Okay, so Alice has a set of disjoint ranges in which she has only one range, 1 to n. In one turn, Alice picks a range L to R from set S and asks Bob to pick a number in the range. So Bob has to pick a number in the range L to R, and what happens after that is Bob chooses a number between L to R, then Alice removes this range which she has chosen from this set, and then she puts into the set two more ranges. One is L to D minus 1 and the range D plus 1 to R. Okay, so L to D minus 1 will be now put into the set if this L is less than or equal to D minus 1, or we can say if we have chosen this D, if Bob has chosen this D such that it is greater than L, then L will be present and this range will definitely be present again after this step in the upcoming steps. What I'm trying to say is, let's suppose I have this range 1 to 5, okay, 1 to 5, and if Bob has chosen the number 3, then I will be left with two ranges, which is 1, 2, from 1 to 2, and second is from 4 to 5. Okay, two ranges will be present from 4 to 5. So these two ranges will now be present after the first step. Okay. The game ends when the set S is empty. We can show that the number of turns in each game is exactly n. So this is quite simple to understand. We can only play this game n number of times. Why? Because after one step, one digit is absent from the set. The number which Bob has chosen is actually absent from the set after the first turn. So 3 is absent from the set after the first turn. In this way, 5 total number of steps Bob can take. So this is clear. Okay, after playing the game, Alice remembers all the ranges L to R she picked from the set S, but Bob does not remember any of the numbers that he picked. But Bob is smart and he knows he can find out this number D from Alice's range. And so he asks you for the help with the programming skills. Okay, so given the list of ranges that Alice has picked L to R, for each range help out to find the number D that Bob has picked. We can show that there is always a unique way. Okay. So the major thing to note is there is no particular order in solving this question. Yeah, cool. So I will just take this example. Okay, I will take this case. Okay, 5, 1, 5, 4, 5. Okay, let me write this. Okay, so this is our test case. Okay, this is our test case. The one thing that I have observed during the contest is, if we have a range which looks like this, this 4, 4, okay, this 2, 2, what this means is we have to take the numbers. We have Bob has actually has to choose a number starting from 2 and ending at 2. So that will definitely be 2, right? That will definitely be 2. And same with this case, if we start with 4 and end with 4, the answer will definitely be 4, right? This is one of the observation. Okay, fine. So another observation which I make during the contest, suppose this is 2, 2, this is 2, 2, this is actually off question, but yeah, it's quite good to think like that. So 2, 2, this can either be obtained by 1, 2, right, from 1, 2, or this can be obtained by what? This can be obtained by 2, this can be anything. Okay, this 2, this can be anything. Suppose this can be anything, yeah, greater than 2. So suppose it will be 2, 5. Okay, this is 2 comma 5. Fine. And if I choose 3 from this range, then what will be left with? We'll be left with 2 comma 2 and 4 comma 5, right? We are left with 2 comma 2 and 4 comma 5, right? Is this clear? So another thing which we have to observe is this can either be obtained by keeping the upper range, the upper limit as it is, which I have kept here, and we can change the lower limit. Yeah, we can change the lower limit. Suppose it is 4 and this is 6. Okay, this is 4 comma 6, so it can be 1 comma 6. Okay, it can be 1 comma 6, because in 1 comma 6 this all the numbers behind this range including this 4 are present, right? Am I right? So this part is the left branch of this range, left branch of this range. Okay, I'll write the left. This is the left part of this range, and this portion here represent the right part of this range, right? So this is actually, you are understanding it? Fine. So I'll remove all of it because it will take up the space. Okay. So we have observed till now is we are absolute sure about these kind of ranges, where the length of the range is actually 0. The length of the range is 0. Here it is, length of the range is 0. And what about other ranges? So there is a simple approach which I can write directly, and you can easily test it on any of the cases. What I have done is I have sorted this list in this format. In which format? Depending on the length of this range. Okay, depending on the length of this range. So what is the length of this range? 4 comma 5. So this is 5 minus 4 plus 1. This is 2. Length is 2. And I'm sorry, this is not 0. This is actually 1. Length of the range including the starting and ending points. Okay. So this is also the length 2, and 1 comma 5. This is 5. The length of this range is 5. So what we can do is we can just sort this ranges in the increasing order of their length. So if I sort this, what will it become? So it will become actually so in Python, what the approach which I have used is I have first taken the length of the subarray. Second, I have taken if these two ranges are of same length, then this the 2 1, the range which has 2 as its starting position, comes before that range which has 4 as its starting position. So it's in the form of 1 comma 2 comma 2 comma, what will be the second one? It will be 1 comma 4 comma 4, right? It will be 1 comma 4 comma 4, because both these ranges have length 1, but this is starting from 2 and this is starting from 4. It's always better to start with the lower indices in case of equal length of ranges. Okay, mind this sentence. If you are not able to understand it, you can just apply this procedure to any of the test cases. Okay, so this is 1 4 comma 4, and now the length 2 comes, and what will be the first? The length 2, and what is the length 2 you can say the range? It will be 2 1 comma 2, and what is the next? It will be 2 4 comma 5, starting from 4 ending at 5, right? Then at last, the biggest of all, the superset, which is of the length 5 and starting from 1 ending at 5. Okay, this is it, and I'll make it symmetric. Yeah, fine. So this is our first step. We have arranged the ranges starting from the element the given L to R, and depending on their length of the length of these ranges, I have sorted this whole sequence. You can see my code, because once you see the code, you can easily relate to it. So this is it. So this is actually the number of test cases, and this is a list which contains all the ranges. So L comma R, this will be the range, and in this list I have appended the R minus L plus 1. This will be the length of that range, and the L and R. and after that I have sorted this whole list. Okay, up to this, is it clear? Now what in the answer what will be do is, I have maintained another array which is called done, and which is equal to the elements which I have taken till now. So how many elements are there in total? In this case there are 5 elements, 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, 5 elements are there, and what I will do is, see what I will do, I'll change the color. So what I will do is, so these are the ranges, these are the total ranges. So first is 1 2 comma 2. So in answer, so this is a final answer. In answer what I have done is, I have directly, I'll show you what I have done. Okay, so these are in this loop from I in the range, I have taken L comma R, the first element, the starting position of the range and the ending position of the range, and in that whole range from starting from the L to R, I have checked for the first occurrence of that done array to be 0. What that means is, okay, initially whole array is 0 because we haven't taken any of the numbers in our final answer. So starting from the 2, ending at the 2, we will check all the elements. So definitely it will be the only this element. Okay, only this element. We will check only the position 2. Fine. And in the first iteration we got the index as empty. This is the done array. We have taken we have got the position 2 as empty. We will now change this as 1. That means we have taken this element, and in the answer I will directly print 2 comma 2 comma 2. Did you get it? I'll just directly print it. You can see I have, if done of j minus 1 is equal to 0, that means that index is empty. I will mark that index as visited, and that I directly print the L comma R comma J. And what is J? J is actually the position, the second position, the position where we will be putting that element, or where the index of the element which we will be choosing for this range L to R. Good. Now this is complete. After second, 4 to 4, checking from 4 to 4, this is the element, marking it as 1, and now what do we print? We will print 4 space 4 space 4, right? We will assign 4 to this range. Now second, we will check from index 1 to index 2, or you can say I have taken index 1 array, you can take index of course it is index 0. You can just change the implementation, or you can just see the code. Yeah, from 1 to 2, I'll first check the position 1. Okay, I got the 0, I'll mark it as 1, and I mark the range 1 to 2, and I will assign the value 1 to it. So from the position 1 to 2, I will just assign 1 to this range. Fine, because so when let's counter intuitively think of it, when Alice has given the range 1 to 2, then Bob has chosen what Bob has chosen. Bob has chosen 1 in this case, and now Alice will remove 1 comma 2 and replace it with 2 comma 2. So after this step, this will come. So sorting the ranges according to their length will actually give us the right answer. During the contest, I was able to think up to only this part. I have able to think only up to this part. But sorting and this marking its presence, this is actually I was not able to think. Yeah. Okay, now I will mark 1. Then now starting from 4 to 5. Okay, I will reach 5. Mark it as 5. So from 4 to 5, the answer will be 5. Right, this is done. Now from 1 to 5, that means the last remaining element. Okay, this is third, so I will mark it as 1, and I will, so this is the printed answer, and for 1 to 5 I'll just print 3. Okay, see here I have printed L to R, and just break the loop which was going from L to R, and I will just take the next range in our whole sorted range array. Okay, and in the end I'll just print an empty line, because we want an empty line after each test case. So I hope so this is clear, and you can directly see my code. I have given all the links in the description. Thank you for joining in, and I will be bringing the solution of problem C once I understand that. So stay tuned. Bye. Thanks. Thanks for joining in. Well, don't mind subscribing the channel, okay? Bye bye. Subscribe to this channel. Okay, subscribe to this channel. This is so important. Bye.